A man alone in a room with the silent echoes of the past he knew not, sitting unbeknownst to him, surrounded by the ghosts of what once went on. For if he just believed in spirits, tarot and herbal teas, he could see, enacted each night, the story that unfurled that fateful evening within the very walls where he now sat. On All Hallows Eve, the one night where non-believers are more susceptible to ghostly goings-on, will he finally see the horrors of that night? This is the Man in a Room podcast.
This is Man in a Room. It is a podcast. You're listening to Man in a Room.
Hello and welcome to this spooky episode of Man in a Room. How is it going? Yeah? Ruddy Halloween, isn't it? Ooh, Halloween specials. That's very dated, isn't it? I'm very dated, and I like Halloween specials. I have done for many years. I've always been a fan of Halloween specials over Christmas specials, because everyone does a Christmas one, but I'm here to do a Halloween one. Ooh! Yeah, I don't know if that scared anybody, but there we are. So obviously I'm going to talk about Halloween today, and my memories, because I'm actually quite old, you see, and I've got lots of weird memories of Halloween. The most famous one that I like to tell people is the time that one year I want to go out trick-or-treating, and I said to my mum, can I go trick-or-treating with my sister? And she's like, oh, you're too young to go trick-or-treating on your own, and this kind of stuff. So I thought, okay, fine, next year, it's okay, next year, eyes on the prize, going to walk around in a bin bag, with a cheap mask I was bought from the shop earlier in the day, and go around asking for sweets. You know, it's when you actually say that now, it's a bit weird, isn't it? The idea of going to someone's house, knocking on the door, being like trick or treat, and you expect them to give you sweets. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird, especially in this day and age, you know. Yeah, but anyway, so the next year we came along. I was like, yeah, here we go, trick or treat, and I'm ready. Mum, can I go trick or treating with my sister? No, I think you're a bit old for that now, aren't you? Hang on a second. Last year I was too young, this year I'm too old. Make up your mind. So I was ready to be trick-or-treating in January? When was it? Because walking around trick-or-treating when it wasn't Halloween would be a bit weird. But there we go. But I did used to enjoy Halloween as a child. All the fun things I used to get up to. Having the trick-or-treaters used to be fun as well. And but once, me and my sister had this idea that we were going to have this sort of like spooky haunted front room. And so basically the idea was to wait for trick-or-treaters, right, to knock on the door, and then I'd be hiding behind the front door. I would very slowly open it, right? The room would be in pitch black, and I wouldn't be seen because I'd be hiding behind the front door. You see, it's clever. You know, haunted house kind of stuff. And then my sister used to have this organ. Now, it wasn't a keyboard like a Casio one, like the intro of this, which actually coincidentally was actually my sister's keyboard when she was a kid. She used to have this organ. It's like this. It's an oldie sort of thing. It's like an actual mechanical thing. It's not electronic. It's a mechanical thing that's blowing air over pipes. It's crazy. But anyway, so the idea she'd play this sort of creepy thing, but she'd be hiding away from people's view. So it'd be like a disembodied hand playing the music, and it's just the idea would be knock knock. I'd open the door, they'd be like, what's going on in here? And there'd be like a disembodied hand playing some creepy organ music. You know, it's a genius idea. We hid for ages in this darkened room, and so we were just sort of just messing around practicing. And because it's mechanical, like I say, and also quite old, even for the 90s, it was a good 20 years old, so it obviously had seen better days. She's doing the whole organ thing, and the actual fuse exploded. And I was like, it's a ghost! And we literally freaked out, turned the lights on. Oh my goodness, what's happened? Can you smell the burning? Oh my god, we could have died. There's been a poltergeist. And it's like, yeah, this isn't fun, is it? And that's one of those memories that's always stuck with me about Halloween, you know? And, freaked us out quite a bit, you know? Because, I do often say that I don't believe in any sort of like ghosts and all that kind of stuff. But when I was younger, I used to believe somewhat. I used to be too open-minded. I used to believe that ghosts used to roam the streets, especially on Halloween. And I remember once going to this haunted place called Blicklin Hall, where apparently there's all these ghosts. It's like, oh, you get told there's ghosts, and you feel like a slight chill. Like, ooh, there's a ghost present. Ooh, it's exciting stuff, And I used to really believe in that stuff. And I remember like really, really believing like any sort of thing in the night, going out, banging or anything like that. Oh, it's a ghost. Ooh, it's just the interest in just knowing about the unknown, knowing there's something that we can't see that could possibly be there, and all that kind of stuff is actually just a very fascinating idea, because there's this train of thought, which I'm sure I've mentioned before, that the human eye can only pick up so much. Our human senses can only pick up so much. There might be all kinds of stuff going on that we can't hear or see. It's very possible because of our equipment, and we haven't got the equipment to actually see the stuff because we don't know we're looking for it. So, we've all seen Most Haunted. Oh, look at the orbs. Look at the orbs. You can't see it by the naked eye, but you can see the orbs. What are orbs, you say? Oh, these little weird these little things that are put on the camera. That's a ghost. That's what an orb is. Okay. It's funny how you don't see orbs anymore with these new digital cameras. Just saying. I'm just saying. Okay. But yeah. So it's built into all that kind of stuff, Most Haunted used to be in the old, is it Colin Fry? Is it Colin Fry? Sally something, Psychic Sally. Oh, yeah, but now, not so much. But the only thing I sort of believe in now is, you ready? Tarot and tea. It's a beverage and divinity. Ooh. Yes, I'm here now for the tarot and tea. So let's give a quick old shuffle of the cards on this spooky, spooky day, or night, or time. We don't know. We're going to bend the construct of what Halloween actually is, especially one night, but oh no, not for me. It's many, many times over. I'm going to shuffle the cards. I just realised I'm a little bit parched. So I'm going to get myself a quick old drink of the old tea, which today is a brand called Cromland Farm. Yeah, Cromland Farm. And it is an organic rooibos raspberry tea. Now, I know I've been drinking a lot of rooibos recently, but I like rooibos. So sue me, Red Bush. I have mentioned it before, but mainly it's it's very popular in South Africa. It's like an alternative to tea. There's no caffeine in it. It's just lovely, and all that kind of stuff. Actually, quite smoky as well. And it's from as a Red Bush plant, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, absolutely lush. Honestly the best. So anyway, the way this is going to work, like every other night, I'm going to draw 3 cards: one for the past, one for the present, one for the future. So we'll do the present. So we'll do the past first. So this might be, if this rings a bell with you, this might be for you. Give me your energy right now. Send it. Reach out and touch faith. Yeah, and then we're going to do the present. And then the part of the future. So if your past involves the 3 of Swords, which is quite frankly a heart been stabbed 3 times in a very vicious manner under a rain cloud. So if you've basically fallen out with 3 weathermen or women, this may be for you. It's pretty self-explanatory. Stabbed in the heart, and I don't know the rest of the words to that. You've give love a bad name. I don't know. I don't follow Bryan Adams' career. So if you've fallen up with 3 weather people and been stabbed in the heart, there's now the present part is there's now the 2 of Swords. Got the same suits. There's more swords coming up, and it's the 2. So now it's basically someone sitting there blindfolded and they're holding 2 swords across their chest, and it's the night time. So there's obviously darkness, and so basically it's all like, yep, these 2, I'm ready, these 2 swords here, I'm in control of these 2 swords. So basically, you've maybe forgiven 2 of the people who have betrayed you in the past, and maybe the 3rd one. Maybe the fate of the 3rd one is in the 3rd card in the future. We'll have a look. So here we go. The future card is the Ace of Pentacles. Now, this is actually quite a different picture. It's basically a giant hand floating in the sky, holding a giant pentacle. If you're not sure what a pentacle is, it's basically a circle with a five-pointed star. And it's been held aloft above a garden, and it's like a sunny day, like a new dawn, the ace of pentacles. So, we've got the five-pointed star, two swords plus 3 swords equals 5 points. The Illuminati is real. The future could possibly be like a new dawn of, I don't know, holding a massive star in the air and be like, yes, look at me, I've got a giant star, I don't know, above a garden. So, I forgot to mention that the hand is coming out of a cloud, so maybe it's God, we don't know. Or some other strange deity, we don't know, maybe just a giant-handed person. 3 weather people have betrayed you, you've forgiven 2 of them, and the future is yours, the future is orange. So this has been Tarot and Tea, it's beverage and divinity, ooh. So anyway, I'll be back after this very, very short break.
If you have any thoughts, comments, or questions, please do not hesitate to send them to show@maninaroom.co.uk.
Gonna talk about some spooky stuff, yeah. So Halloween 1992 was one of those Halloweens that has stuck in my brain for many, many years, and I'm sure many people around the country know exactly why I'm mentioning Christmas? Halloween 1992. Oh yeah, the year of Ghostwatch. Now, it's one of those TV shows that if you weren't there at the time, it's one of those sort of fabled things that happened in the past, and I was one of the people who was there. I was the one that was scarred for it for years. So, for those of you who don't know what Ghostwatch is, it's basically a TV show that was on the BBC. Now, the BBC in the UK is the biggest broadcasting corporation. It's the British Broadcasting Corporation in the country, and so they're the ones who are, I would say, are respected to a degree more than the other channels because it's like a government-funded thing, you see. But anyway, they had this thing that started, I think it was at 8:30 at night, and it was Halloween. I was 8. I'm going to say I was 8. And it was Halloween. My parents let us all stay a bit later, me and my sister. My brother was there. I think our neighbour was there. I think my dad's friend was there. It's a Halloween atmosphere. Yay. All this kind of stuff. And what we didn't know at the time was that it was a drama. It's very, very important. I'm going to preempt all of this by saying it's a drama. This is why we were sucked in. It was a drama. I was 8 years old and it's a drama. I don't know it's a drama because of what it is. Basically, it's a live TV show. I'm using inverted commas here because it's actually a scripted show that's made to look like an actual TV show called Ghostwatch. And the idea is that we've got Michael Parkinson, a very much respected presenter at the time, for his decades of use of interviewing like high-end celebrities and this kind of stuff. And you got Sarah Green from TV show Going Live. She was there as the lady walking around interviewing the people. The remote access thing, the remote. They've got basically the idea is they're going to investigate this house, which is supposed to be one of the most haunted places in the UK. They've got Sarah Green there live on the scene. Again, I want to just stress this. Made out like an actual TV show. We're told it's live. We think it's live. Sarah Green is there. Michael Parkinson is there. Craig Charles from Red Dwarf is there. The proper celebrities doing this, you see. Not knowing they're acting. None of us knew they were acting. And the idea is they're going to try and find a ghost live on Halloween on BBC One in 1992. And as I said before, it's a drama. But that wasn't a very clear thing. It was at the beginning, unless you blinked, if you blinked, you missed it. It said written by so-and-so. And so basically what happens is all these ghostly goings-on are happening. And they're like, okay, so you got like, there's like a scene where it's like someone rings up, obviously an actor. Hi, I can see a ghost in the background. And they're like, can you just run that footage back, please? And you watch it back and you can't see anything. And then they say, oh no, rewind it back again. And I was like, hang on, I thought I saw something. And they would show the same clip. But this time it'll have a ghost in it. So you think, oh my God, there's a ghost. It's standing right there. How did I miss that the first time? We didn't have Sky Plus. We didn't have the ways and means of rewinding television. We were being spoon-fed. We were told what to watch at what time. We were watching all exactly the same time. So we couldn't rewind said footage. It's like, wow, that's nuts. And all this kind of stuff, you see. And So basically, these sort of creepy things are going on. There's a ghost in the machines. The machinery starts going all wrong. Everything starts going wrong. And there's footage of there's a historical footage of the girls in their bedroom and stuff happening. The one that sticks in my mind is because obviously it was the ghost is a poltergeist, and they see all this stuff going on. And there was this bit where a lamp exploded. So basically, they've got the lamp on, and the lamp explodes, and they freak out. They're young children. They freak out. And it's like, oh my goodness, the lamp's exploded. It's Mr. Pipes. Mr. Pipes is here. Mr. Pipes is the ghost, in case you're wondering what I was referring to there. And, so then I remember going to bed that night, so scared, and saying to my sister, can you turn the light off, because I don't want it to explode, I remember the Minnie Mouse lamp that she has, can you turn it off? I don't want it exploding. And she agreed pretty quickly, because of Ghost Watch. And what actually happened in the end was, spoilers by the way, you can actually watch this for free online. If you go to archive.org, right, type in Ghost Watch, it's actually on there for free. So this Halloween, do yourself a favour, with an open mind, please watch Ghost Watch in the mindset of it being a live TV broadcast, like it's live, not a drama, and it scares you. But basically what's going to happen what happens at the end is they get, live on television, this girl gets covered in scratches. She gets attacked by Mr. Pipes, and you think, oh my goodness, what's happened to her? That's really horrible. It's really creepy because obviously people are getting sucked into this thing because why Michael Parkinson is telling us that there's a ghost in the machine, and Sarah Green goes into a cupboard and never comes out. And there's rumours flying around that she was trapped and that she couldn't get out. And obviously people with children my age, maybe a bit older as well, worried. Okay, yeah, we should have maybe been in bed at that time, but we weren't expecting to be scared the crap out of, that much by the BBC, a respected governmental thing. And there's this very famous scene, which is so stupid when you look back on it. But at the same time, of its time, it's fine because in the context of the TV show, Michael Parkinson is basically the doctor, I can't remember the professor, whatever her name is. And he's still like, oh, we've created a seance. Everyone watching this, we've created a seance. We need to shut it off and all this kind of stuff. And all this, basically the ghost gets in the machine and they lose contact with the outside broadcast with Sarah Green and Craig Charles. Basically Michael Parkinson's left wandering around an empty studio, which for some reason has got a bit of a breeze in it, going. He's like, he finds a camera that's working and he's walking towards it. It's obviously not shot properly because it's supposed to be real. As a child, expecting this to be real, and he's walking towards the camera. The auto cue is working. He's, well, I see it. There's an auto cue here. I can read it what it says on here. Round and round the garden like a teddy bear. And his voice starts changing to Mr. Pipes. So, oh no, Mr. Pipes has possessed Michael Parkinson. What are we gonna do? And it caused a massive outrage in the UK. It scared people silly. There's a TV show called Points of View that's also on YouTube. People complaining about Ghost Watch and scaring the crap out of their kids themselves and all this kind of stuff, and just being scared, no one being prepared, being blindsided by the BBC of this TV show. It's just a thing it's a thing of beauty. I recommend searching it out if you want. Honestly, if it's good. It's a historical piece of horror, UK horror. A classic bit. And for years, it's been a case of Mr. Pipes. And it's a running joke in my family now, obviously, because as the years go on, actually quite funny, actually, because this is way back in the early days of the internet. My brother was like, do you remember that TV show Ghost Watch? I said, yes, I do remember Ghost Watch. How can I forget Ghost Watch? It scared me. And he found out that he can actually get a bootleg copy of it on the internet on eBay or something like that, because someone obviously recorded it off the television, and people used to bootleg it. He used to sell it bootlegging it on eBay, which is quite funny. And over the years, it's apparently it's never been repeated on English TV. I think it has probably by now, like UK Gold or something like that. But they released it on DVD, and it's just fun every year to try and watch that and just get scared. Ghost Watch was scary. Syncing up for 8:30 and all that kind of stuff, and it's quite a fun thing to do. It's one of my little traditions now. I like to watch Ghost Watch, which is apparently the War of the Worlds of the 90s. The famous thing where they started doing the musical War of the Worlds, the da 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 all that stuff, and everyone believed it was a good musical. And And no, it is a good musical. That's actually cruel. I didn't actually mean that. But no, the War of the Worlds, when they say, "Oh yeah, the Earth's been attacked by aliens. What are we gonna do?" I tried to read the book of that. Didn't really get into it. I think the radio show might have been maybe the best bet, but even then, it's quite dated. But that might be just me. It's me trying to flog here, Ghost Watch to you, and you might probably sit there thinking, War of the World is much better than that. Probably is. We're never going to find out, are we? My other Halloween tradition is, of course, watching Nightmare on Elm Street, the 1984 version of it. I consider it to be classic horror and horror of the genre, or the best horror of the genre. That sort of 80s horror that they don't seem to do anymore. They had a good stab at it with the new It films. Obviously, the first one was better than the second one. But in that sort of kitsch, campy horror, which I love. I love to this day. The Wicker Man, yeah. Ghost Watch was probably the last rattling death rattle of good Halloween entertainment. But anyway, this has been the Man in the Room podcast. Thank you for joining me. I do appreciate it. Hope you have a nice Halloween and all that kind of stuff, Or you had a nice Halloween, depending on when you listen to this. Either way, keep it spooky, and I'll see you all again next time. Goodbye.
Who is the man? Where is the room? It's some guy you've never heard of, in a room you've never been in. For more information, head over to maninaroom.co.uk.
Trick or treat, I'm dressed in sheets, give me sweet. Halloween, I'm painted green, jelly beans. I'm going knocking on people's doors. I'm sure last year you gave me more. I know my caution's better than before. I've never had this much gore. Dracula, Ghostbusters, Freddy Krueger. The Wicked Witch, the Blair Witch, the It's I'm staying up watching horror films. They're giving me spinal chills. I don't think I'll sleep tonight. I'm too scared of what may bite. The monster shrieks, the door creaks. It's the midnight freak. This is tough, I think I've had enough. Halloween comes but once a year, and when it does, it brings good fear. It's got a spooky atmosphere. It's the only time I get to be more